folks, you are live.
Yay, thank you. Push the button, push the buttons. Morning, Mike.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Okay.
Good.
There he is.
Morning.
Good morning. At least you're not the last one today.
He's coming on Zoom, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
He wouldn't have it that way though.
Oh, I know. Well, they did a good job putting that concrete up.
Yeah, I liked you last week. I thought they had it finished. They didn't. They got a couple loads.
Yeah.
They got it now.
Yeah, looks good.
And all the rest of that stuff, rebar. And he told Jeff he wanted to keep it anyway, so that works out.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, I told him we wouldn't want anything with metal in that probably, so. Oh, boy.
What's his number? You good?
Yep, we'll do it.
Get my ear out of that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there going to be something here that we can see there, or do you know?
Yeah.
Like, he can see us, but we can't see him or anything. He's just gonna like zoom in and
So we're not gonna, he's not gonna have any input today on anything? Or do you know, have you talked to him about it?
well, let me.
If Josh had a computer or something, at least that way he could still
Yeah.
vote and something, it'd be pretty good,
Oh,
wouldn't you think?
yeah. I just figured.
Seems like he's the only one that ever zooms in, isn't
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
he? He can't say anything back, we can say whatever we want right now, can't we?
That's true. I like your way of thinking there, Walshman.
Maybe we don't need another computer in here.
Yeah, we're the ones, John.
Oh, Amy said Darren is trying to zoom in, Johnson's helping her.
Thanks, Amy.
Kelsey, I did not get minutes emailed to me earlier ahead of time. Is this all today is all we're getting? I mean, I just want to make you aware I didn't get minutes.
Well, because I don't think we heard back until later on regarding who made that motion. 'Cause
No,
that was
I
our
responded
part.
that afternoon.
No, you did.
Yes.
But you didn't make the motion, so we didn't know who made the motion on that one, because it wasn't on the video, it wasn't recording at that time.
Okay.
So that's the newest one. We just still don't know who it is, so.
Who'd that come from?
Hannah? But I went ahead and printed it off, that way you guys can look at it too.
Thank Devin, right? Pretty sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
On the December 27th meeting minutes, says Matt Booker appraiser, instead of saying discussion, it should be discussed tower regulation changes.
Okay.
And then on the other page too, where Jan Harding was in there, it says update on Medic 75 and unable to be fixed. I think probably better way to say update on Medic 75. It is unable to be fixed. Instead of and unable to be fixed.
Okay.
get him figured out?
Yeah. I think he's feeling it though.
Huh?
I don't think he's feeling it.
He's not gonna enjoy it, no. He's sick or he's not feeling it? Oh. Either way.
Both. Come on, man. Okay. Well, maybe.
And then do we need to have a motion to approve the December 27th and December 30th?
Yes.
Hey, you wanna just?
So if you can get those corrections on the 27th, then I'll.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it. Yeah, I'll just use this one right here.
Okay, because my phone was sitting right next to it, but I'm trying to launch that meeting and quit launching it.
What is it doing? Just giving you errors, or is it just
They don't do
certain?
that. They don't do anything, it's just, they go back like it's even working.
I'm gonna give this back to Shonda. I'm gonna place the phone up on the table here, and the guys can hear you. All right?
Alright,
Alright.
I'll use my phone, so this wireless thing ain't very loud.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right.
And you gotta call back on this number here?
Yeah, you gotta call me back. Yep.
Alright, I'll call back.
All right. Thanks.
And then, Shelley do you know, not Shelley, Shonda, is Shelley taking care of the thing for Harper Industries? Who's,
All right.
do we need to do that in open, or in the
I'm
public
here.
comment section?
I don't know, I did not see that.
And then the rural opportunity zone resolution, that's in your.
That's the, that's not rural opportunity, it's. Okay, yes, so they filled out that application that came from Matt, and then you guys have to approve it. 'Cause
When that,
he's
there's
like-
two different deals. One's for Harper Industries for their
And-
tax abatement. The other's the ROZ, Rural Opportunity Zone,
Right,
student loan repayment. So that's, Harper Industries does do this. The county quit
Yes.
doing it several years ago.
right, and that's just allowing everybody else to do, all the cities that they're, basically, because they're in the county.
Right, and I know that. My question is that supposed to
No, no,
happen in
no,
public
you're
comment,
good.
or is somebody presenting this?
It-
Well, that's
it is-
and probably this too, because
Making a motion
usually
to-
economic development is here.
Right.
Okay, I'll hold off. till
Yeah,
Saturday.
okay.
Thank you, Sean. Didn't know, because that was in there last week too, and I didn't know.
Right.
All it says is community development application.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe that's what she's.
yeah. Can you hear us, Darren?
Where's the?
I am there, I can't see it. I can hear you.
That's good. That's good. We don't have to see you either.
Yep, that's good
You're
too.
not gonna believe what Jeff was saying before you can hear us.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right?
Yep,
Good.
yep. A little better anyway,
How many more days do you have left?
today.
No, I think you just quarantined.
I believe. So,
I heard the CDC was gonna change it today and something about like 20 days quarantine.
yeah.
It's coming out here in about an hour, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is one. Is there anything else?
Nope, we'll see you later.
Yeah. So everything good with you guys?
Yep, yep. Can you email him a copy of the minutes so he can have a chance to look at those?
Yeah, I'll have to run down there because I don't have a computer,
Okay.
so.
We've got a paper copy of last week's minutes,
Okay,
and I just asked her to email those to you so you can get a chance to see those at some point.
right. And there was a question that we had on who made the motion.
Yeah,
I think I did that.
okay.
Didn't I read that?
That's the way I remember it, Darren.
I think I read the 141,000. I'm pretty sure I made the motion.
Yeah, that's the way I remember.
Okay.
That sounds like a bad call, buddy.
Yeah. Better go get that looked at.
We've all been coughing. Believe me. Yep.
Is Sheena back, Mark?
Yeah. Just trying to catch up on paperwork.
Sometime I got a road I need you to come up, get with me, whenever. No hurry, but I need you to come up so we can go look at it.
Feel like you get time.
Yeah.
They're on the right.
Thank you.
Well, if I gotta listen to that for a couple, 3 hours, I don't know, I might have to turn the volume way down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna stop. What's on the agenda today?
Well, Mike and Sheena's up first. And then Tracy, Jennifer, Heather, Shelley, Shonda, and Amy.
Not too bad with anything.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you are up. If you're ready.
Okay. I don't have a lot.
That's what I
Well, we finished grading Northwest 40th at our sister's house. We put in culverts in today, replaced a couple of too short. And you mentioned that rock, we got all that rock hauled. The state gave us a bunch of dirt and concrete from the mat strip out west of Anthony. And they're even helping us haul it out the landfill to cover it.
Like on that concrete, I really never did ask you, what do they use that, just to fill in washouts and stuff? Or?
Yeah, we use it down in the creek there at Bluff City to reverse that water from us and don't get out. And we're grading 4 miles north of town this morning. That was 2 miles by your sister's place.
No.
North mile, we need hard dirt, or use the water truck or something, if it doesn't rain, 4 long.
And get it ready, because it's not supposed to rain.
And we're pushing Shell Zimmerman's right now, the rest of Brown's. That's all I've got. We finished all the pit, sand pit, got it pushed up.
All down on the river?
Eagle Road sure is nice now. The Bluff or the Walton Road took a little bit. It's set up, but the Eagle Road now it's getting
Even where we didn't haul that rock, it helped, didn't it?
it's working pretty good.
I want to do Kiowa cut off that way as well as Old 160.
Yeah.
How many miles they do through there?
How many did you end up? Was there 3 or 4 that you ended up doing?
Something like that.
Well, I remember last time I went down there, a couple of years ago, Jesus.
Well, you have sand on that asphalt and vehicles go like this. Not safe.
No, so it's a lot better. Tell them thanks for doing that. That's good stuff.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Hope you get to feeling better.
Oh, yeah, been fun.
All right, see ya.
See you, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve? We got a few corrections done on December 27th meeting, Darren, on the minutes. I'm okay with them now. We need to make a motion or get a motion to approve the December 27th minutes, please.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
December 30th, we've got them sitting in front of us too. They look okay to me. Did you get a chance?
I don't think I looked at 27th, no, I think I looked at 30th. Have you looked at the 30th, Darren?
I just got them, is that,
What?
that one page, is that what's left?
Yep.
See, that was your special meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's that. When Richard come in right there after Christmas.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks good to me.
I'll entertain a motion to approve those then.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the January 3rd meeting minutes, a couple things I see, and I mentioned this to Anna last week, she may have them corrected somewhere. The third page where it says, at 11:03, Commissioner Struble motion to enter executive session. If you go on down below that, it says 11:23, there should be a colon there at 11:23.
Okay.
Did she change that yet?
I'm not sure.
And then reading it, I see where it says Commissioner Struble motion to approve pay raises for elected officials. It says elected officials 3% cost of living. I think I'd need that, or would like to have that changed to elected officials 3% for cost of living to exclude commissioners.
Okay.
And then down below, a couple more paragraphs, Commissioner Struble motion to, it says rescind. That's the wrong rescind. Rescind in this motion is RECIND. Easy there, easy. Jeff, did you see anything else in that one?
No.
Okay. And she may have corrections in there on
Maybe.
some of them, because she,
Yeah.
so if we get those, if you're all right. with
No,
that.
I'm good with that. So
Okay.
we can go ahead and make a motion on that.
Yeah, are you okay with making a motion to approve January 3rd there?
Yep.
Okay.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hurts my throat listening.
Are you just on the phone then? They couldn't get the Zoom to work there?
Yep, just on my phone.
That'll get old. Do you have an earbud or something?
No, just hanging on to it. I don't know, last time I had Zoom, it seemed to have that laptop type computer and it worked. I don't know if this machine here will do it or not, because last time I didn't have trouble getting it.
Whose phone is this then that we've got? Is this yours?
Josh's.
Oh, okay. County phone or is it his personal phone?
I'm assuming
This is
county.
Cam's phone.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? Watching soap operas?
Well, I thought about it.
If you had earphones, you could go weld and do something productive.
I doubt it.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna say right here in this chair. Was she in Miss Mike this morning?
No, she was not.
She, catching up on paperwork.
Oh, okay. I see.
Are we set up for the 24th then, or do we need to?
Yep.
Okay, everything's good there.
Mhm.
Well, that'll be a quick drive. It's up the road.
Yeah. You gotta drive everywhere.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Do you ready to go call Tracy and see if you can
I
come?
just texted him.
Okay, I'm gonna have them change the minutes real quick.
You liking that deal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't use that mouse, I shake together. I guess. Yeah. Let's say Shonda's here, but she's got a pretty good agenda.
Oh, it's good. What do you want for that? Hey, Tracy.
Hello.
Hi. How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good. Glad you said that.
Yeah.
Do what?
So I'm glad he said that.
How's it going, bud? Just leave me alone. I'm in deep thought.
He's thinking.
I'm sorry, I just asked him if he could remember what that was.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was, I remember him talking about it.
Okay, that's what I can't hardly.
Yeah. How's it going, bud?
Good. You?
Hi, Casey.
Oh, hey, there you are. How are you, bud?
What are these for?
Doing great.
That's where we added in that Darren made that motion.
Oh, these are those, okay.
Yeah, so you can get rid of the other ones.
Okay. All right, Tracy, you ready to go? We'll get you done early. You can-
Sure, I don't have much, seriously. Been busy, of course, with COVID, had one out, sitting at home, not with COVID, but quarantine. so.
Be careful how you say that.
Yeah. So, short again, got the new guy going. He's gonna be really good. We just gotta get him through academy.
Thanks for the calendar. Sean left a couple on the table.
Yeah, if you need more, I got more.
I've got mine hanging in the main.
Okay, yeah, got no pantry.
We got hot water finally. That's great. We did, got through that really well without any complaints really. So,
Is there a warranty on this one?
I don't know, I have to ask.
No one might know
I
better.
don't think.
Okay, he was supposed to check it
He
out.
pretty much dealt with everything over there. He got it all taken care of for us, so.
Good.
Other than that, that's about it, guys. So,
Pretty simple, right?
Pretty simple. Nothing big going on. So.
Good. Good news is
Yep. So, I'll be gone next week. I got training in Topeka, sheriff admin training, so If you guys need anything, holler, but I'll be in training. My last training for this year, so I'll be good to go.
Darren, you have any questions for him?
Nope, we got the hot water heaters fixed.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, everybody's happy now, so.
Alright.
You didn't know what kind of water heater, if it does have one, you didn't know that?
No, sir, I don't know.
He said Nolan would know, Nolan's looking into it.
Well, that's what Nolan said last week, he was gonna look into it.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
alright, any
Alright.
questions for me?
Sounds good, Tracy.
Thank you.
Not in the meeting anyway.
No.
Trying to clear out here for.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Someone noticed him, Jason.
Yeah, he texted earlier, he said he'd be listening in. Yeah, it was print day. You know what that was?
Oh, the tire?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about one reading. Did you look at that Christina's deal on that South Central Homeland Security?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was all right. It was $5,000.
You bet. No, I really don't remember what it was.
It is. Got a couple corrections I had on January 12th. On the second page, down where Jan was in, it says Jan Harding EMS presented an option. Instead of saying remove, it should say to remove $50 off an individual's ambulance.
Okay.
And then on the last page, last paragraph, regular meeting will be held on Tuesday. I don't know, I think that ought to be a comma after Tuesday instead of a hyphen.
Okay.
That's all I had. I don't know if these other two may.
What's everything on that one?
You good with that?
Yep.
Darren, have you had a chance to go through January 12 minutes yet?
I'm okay with it, I just got
Okay.
it.
I
I'll
did.
real quick.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to approve those if you're all right with that.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we're caught up, other than this stuff hopefully shall go over.
You just have to motion for the third, right?
Did we not do that yet on the 3rd?
No, because I went in there and gave her the corrections that
Okay.
you wanted to add.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get, are those corrections back in there yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Jeff, you want to make a motion for January 3rd?
Yes, sir.
And they'll get those printed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I know.
Hey Darren, what do you know about the speed limit in Bluff?
I just don't know, I just read it.
Okay.
I think it probably goes to the county, I believe.
So it's basically like a Freeport deal.
Yes, it's county road. You'd have to do, I don't, you'd have to do another traffic study, but I don't know really that I'm interested in changing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was asking you, because you live there, so.
Well, there's two reasons. One is you got Danville Co-op, and you got the school sits right down there. When they have any kind of a any family get-togethers, they're parked right along the road.
Right, yep.
So, that's just my feeling on it. And I haven't heard anything out of Bluff City people, the commission, maybe they got reasons why they wanna do it, I don't know. My first deal would be just leave it like it is, so.
Okay. Well, I didn't know how much you wanted to chime in on it, so.
Well, I talked to the local mayor, see what they're thinking. If they have a good reason why, they have to get a traffic study and all that, but when they have, the school park is.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, what's up?
Next to it.
How are you?
Yeah.
Not much.
Hey, Lee.
What are you guys doing? Having meetings on Tuesday now?
Well, we had holiday yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
Well, you didn't observe yesterday, did you? You were working.
Yeah.
You've been out jogging, you got the sweats on.
No, I just put them on, just more comfy.
Come to town and jog, didn't you?
Lee, you got plenty of moisture out there?
Then it's getting pretty dry.
Yeah. Getting.
I got some cattle on sweet pasture that, when they walk across it, the dust flies.
Well, I've got some just dust or just mud hanging down their eyes right
Yeah,
now.
I was driving them in every night, but I decided it's harder on them because
I think
the
so.
windows were getting all the dust and I'm just gonna have dust pneumonia.
If you just leave them alone.
Yeah.
You think that vaccine keeps that dust pneumonia from happening?
I don't know.
I've been meaning to ask Janine to ask her people what they think, but.
They probably do because they're trying to sell it.
Yeah. They'll have something else to give them instead.
Yeah. I'll see you guys.
Good to see you, Lee.
See you. What's that?
What's that? You still there?
Oh,
Okay, the lights come on the phone. Okay, great.
Hey, Darren, you need to take 5?
Go ahead and get it done before somebody else gets here, and then maybe is Jennifer here? I'll maybe see her downstairs if she can come up.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
I went ahead and had them go ahead and call her and see if she's ready.
Okay.
But now you guys take a break.
We can bump it up. If she's down there, we'll see if
Yep.
she can come up. Scared you?
No, I wasn't expecting it.
Came out of nowhere.
Darren, you look great.
Wow. Better call him Grandpa.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that on
You
camera.
gotta take back from Jeff, now you.
Poor guy. All right, well, I stopped and made a copy because I know how much Jeff likes to look at his.
He's got this thing now.
Did you got it?
He's all over it with that.
Save your paper.
Yeah, save the trees. That's where he's at now.
Already wasted them. All right. Okay, transportation update for the month. Winter time kind of goes down for us as far as rides, but we've got daily rides to Wichita. We've got some people with medical appointments every day, so we're still staying pretty busy with that. Wednesdays, we take a group of kids from Harper here to Anthony, and again with school closings and that kind of stuff, it just makes the numbers go down a little bit. But you can see our ridership is pretty much right on with what it was last year. We had 516 stops, which is what ridership means. And this month we had, or last month we had 508. So about the same. The other thing I like to look at, I keep an eye on number of duplicated riders, unduplicated riders. So that's, we had 89 people in our community who rode the bus last month. And we made 508 stops with those 89 people. So kind of what that means. You can see our revenue miles were up, and I think again that's because we've been to Wichita every single day. So we've got more miles coming on. This month, January will be the last month for KDOT's 100%. We'll be going back to our 80-20 match for our budget. So we'll see that finally change. So that's been nice while it lasted. But our administrative budget is already on a cost share, but our local will end up going back to that after January. So anybody have any vehicle or transportation questions?
Nope, you're pretty good.
Looking at my notes to see if everything I have is for aging. And then at the bottom, I just make notes. I just want, give you guys an idea of what I do with my time. So last month, I drove approximately 47.25 hours in December. Keith had time off, gave them time off the week before Christmas. Tanya had the week off after Christmas, so I did a lot of driving those weeks. We've had one applicant for our part-time driver position. Been talking about it a lot to people. I just think it's a great job. It's 20 hours, so I mean, just think about it's 2.5 days. Like, we wouldn't want to do somebody from 12 to 3 every day of the week, because trying to get people's appointments to actually start and stop in those times is just not going to happen. So for me, it's more realistic to say we need you on Wednesday and Thursday, and then pick up some hours on Friday. So I think it's a great job for, somebody who needs to get out there, or maybe somebody that retired early and wants to still do something, like looking at the camera, anybody, part-time job. It's a great job. It is physical, so they need to be able to, get in and out and get people locked in, and, potentially pushing wheelchairs and those kinds of things. There's still a physicality to it. So we're required to do some continuing ed every year, and I forwarded this to everybody else in the county and to my transportation district, and they're going to talk about it in their meeting today. But I registered our staff. Bert Nash in Lawrence does a mental health first aid class, and Tanya in my department and I talked about, do you feel like this would be of use to us and in our community and in the days that we're in, dealing with people that are having panic attacks, or maybe that are on medications that help manage different mental health illnesses. And so we just thought that would be of value for us. Again, I forwarded it out to all the other managers in the county, so I don't know if anybody else is taking advantage of it. But they're going to do, it's virtual, so we don't have to drive anywhere. It wasn't that expensive. But we're kind of excited about doing that. Kind of, to me, training, continuing ed shouldn't be just about how do you drive, how do you defensive drive. There's a lot of psychology behind and therapy behind our jobs as well.
You're with a lot of different people that,
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have some problems that you need to know. I agree.
Yeah, so anyway, that was just something I wanted to make sure you guys knew, that we're probably gonna take an in-service day on that, on the 15th. That class virtually is from 12 to 5. And so, like, if there was an emergency or somebody had to do, needed a ride in the morning, we could do that. But we just, all three of us are gonna do it all at the same time, just get it knocked out. And I think Josh is gonna set us up here or somewhere, so.
Cool.
Anyway, that's just something that's happening for transportation. On the aging side, so I have this broken out into our grants, but this is just kind of how we attest for our time. The information and assistance, 131 units, that means somebody over 60. I had 131 different interactions with people, whether that is they came and picked up TFAP, they were on the bus, they called about a bus, they called about Homestead or LEAP. You know, all those are information and assistance units. So that's what those numbers mean. The other side of this, I have the numbers of what we are supposed to be getting reimbursed. We have yet to receive any of these reimbursements for the fiscal year for this. And I've asked our Department on Aging, our area on aging in Arc City, about that, and she said the state is really behind. They're not processing. They are kind of our clearinghouse for these reimbursements, and they haven't received any money from the state. So I've received money for my caregivers, which is not very much, but I haven't received anything for my information and assistance or for our home delivered meals yet since October.
Are state offices, do they have people in them right now, or are they all still at home?
A lot of them are still at home. I mean, our area on aging, they're there, but my KDOT people, they're still at home. They're working from home. So it's not real efficient right now. But that's kind of concerning to me. And I told her, I said, you know, I know we're probably a smaller county compared to the other people in our area aging group compared to Reno or Sumner County. And I would imagine that's a bigger part of their budget. We can float that for a little while, but you're still counting that as my income in my department to offset our expenses.
So all these bold are not reimbursed yet then?
The $111 will be, but the other ones for the C grant, that 3C grant and the 3B. And it's been pretty much that number for about 3 months. So if you added those together, times 3. So it's just kind of adding up. So that's why I wanted to have that conversation with Jody Abington, who is our director for the area on aging.
That seems like the long delay.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be just a kind of a click of a button, somebody doing their part, clicking the button, moving it on.
Well, and it's kind of those things, you better believe if I don't have my report done on the 7th and have it turned in, then that's, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, doing your income tax. You better make sure you have it done. They're going to get everything done on their time. So that's kind of frustrating. So I'm keeping my eye on that. She said that we do have savings, or they have some money that is set aside that they could start paying out counties that could potentially need it. And I just said, well, if you do it for me, you got to do it for 8 other counties. So like, what do you do? So anyway, that's just something I want to have an awareness. Even though I have on there it's a reimbursement, we have not received any of that funding yet. TFAP, our food commodities, last month we had 88 boxes went out to 158, does that say 156? 156 individuals. So you can see that number's gone up significantly from last year. We had 61 households last year in December. Our next distribution is January 27th. And they delivered really early last month, and we held it over because it was so early. And then they've already told us we don't have a distribution in February because of food supplies. They're anticipating we'll be back on track by March, going back to monthly. But this is the first time I don't know any different. I've heard that they used to do it every other month, but since I've started, it's always been monthly. Since COVID stuff, it's always been monthly. We would love you to come help. You have helped.
I know, but I mean.
Oh, and Darren helped. Darren helped unload one day. Yeah.
Well, I haven't helped unload, but I would have to know and make sure, you have to give me a heads up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drive all the way from Danville.
Yeah. Well, so the food comes on the 26th. We unload the truck and we pack boxes that day. And then the 27th is a Thursday from 8:30 to noon. And really, it's the busiest between 8:30 and 9:30. Like the first hour is what's really busy.
Right.
And then it's
How
kind
many
of,
are you handing out now? You handed-
so last month it was 88 boxes, 88 households.
So you're at 20 then?
Yeah, over 20, 27. Look at our math.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, we're quick.
Jeff and I are fast. So, yeah, it's a lot.
You expect that to be that way for the foreseeable future then?
I do. I think some of it is they've changed. They don't make people fill out applications anymore. We just do on your honor, this is your household income. They have to attest that their household income meets those levels or less. So I think that's part of it. And I also think word's getting out. I think that we do have some households that are really needing of it. To be honest, last month's distribution, not real fancy. You could kind of tell maybe they were cleaning out the warehouse, We had the same thing 2 months in a row, green beans, green peas, not as much protein, where they were giving us like 3 different meats or proteins. We only had 1. So.
Do you think, are there new residents in Harper County that are coming in? Or are these people?
See, I don't have applications.
You wouldn't know.
There's some people. There's a lot of people that come in that I know who they are. They've been the same person in the time I've been here. And then they've got somebody else in the car with them. Their next door neighbor just moved, or whatever.
So do you have to adjust what you're getting them monthly with the number of meals you're handing out? Or?
I guess I just kind of do a best guess, and I make up my matrix on how to pack the boxes according to previous months and kind of average it together. And if somebody comes afterwards, they've always said cutoff's at noon. It's first come, first serve. When it's gone, it's gone. And so I do that, but a lot of times we still have, a case of green beans and peanut butter on the shelf. I'll put together a box for somebody the next day.
That's hard to do too.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have any more ground beef. Or whatever. I don't have any of this, but I can give you what I have. And for the most part, people will take whatever I got. So there is some stuff on the shelf. It's not fancy, like I said, but it'll keep it, fill in the gaps. Okay, so the other part of aging are the senior centers. And I can tell you this, it's Tuesday, and I don't have to go to the senior center in Harper today, and I'm excessively thankful for that. So we started a new manager at the Harper Senior Center on Thursday. Susie Haynes started on Thursday. I worked with her Thursday and Friday, and so cut her loose today. She's on her own, and she's actually worked there before for a short time, but she was really excited about it, really enjoys the people there. Got a call coming in.
I'm sure it's a good number. It's 707-281.
I got a call from Italy the other day on my work phone, so I was really excited about going to Italy. Anyway, so just so you guys know, we do have staff. Harper Senior Center is staffed. We are still not renting that facility out, just so you guys know. I told somebody the other day, they had called for February, and initially I was like, I don't have staff, I don't have anybody to clean it. It's just me and the guys that are eating there, and I don't want to, I just don't have time to get over there and clean it. And so I called the lady and kind of said, here's the deal. I've got somebody, she's brand new, but my priority is the senior meals and having those meals taken care of. And I don't want to jeopardize, and I've been really strict with everybody that's there. If you don't feel well, if you've been around somebody, don't come in, or whatever. We'll bring a meal to you. We'll bring it to your house instead. And she said, she goes, you know what, we've just decided because the increase in numbers, we've just decided not to do our family party anyway. We're just going to do something different anyway. But
how many actually go there to eat?
We've got like 8 to 10. Not a lot.
I knew some of Palm Springs did.
Yeah, not a lot. But I'm hoping, and again, Susie and I have some goals, and that's one of the goals is for her to get some people coming back, because when she was there before, they had a lot of people actually eating in. So I've talked to her a lot about having that little living space available to book clubs, or maybe it's a crafting group or something. They don't want to eat. Maybe they just want to come and have coffee, and they're going to bring their snacks, and they just want someplace, that they don't want to have to clean their homes. They don't want to have people in their homes. They can come there. and special interest groups. And so she was interested in doing that too. I said, you know, get everything cleaned up, feel like you have your feet under you, and then start reaching out to some of those groups and kind of get the word out. If they want to use it during our hours that we're actually open, then, you know, let us know.
It's really a pretty neat building that can be used for everything.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to use it this fair for the pie? Like we did, 2 years ago, but I think we didn't this year because of COVID or something, right?
We did it for that. Also, I didn't have a lot of staff available. I am not interested in closing it as much as we had before. Like on voting days, I don't see that needs to be done. I think there's some things that we can make running changes because there's new staff and they don't know the difference. Right. I mean, that's the way I've kind of been working the last year and a half. I don't know the difference, so let's just do it.
It seemed like we had a lot of good reports about doing it there, doing it there, it beats the east side of Fairlawn.
Yeah.
It's quiet. Yeah.
We've had a couple of groups that I've heard we won't rent to, that it's been some issues, and I haven't heard that that's one of those groups, but folks not cleaning up. And
Probably the domino guy.
All right. What else do I have? So I told you about my South Central. Oh, this one has my notes on it. So one of the other things I wanted to bring up is our delivery vehicle at the Harper Senior Center. Attica, Shannon uses her personal vehicle, and volunteers use their personal vehicles to go get the food from Attica Long-Term Care and deliver. In Harper, we do have a hand-me-down vehicle from transportation that we use to go to Patterson, pick up meals, and then actually do the deliveries. We have 2 routes, so we have volunteers do one route, and then the manager does the other route, and those might switch from day to day, but that's what we use that vehicle for. I want to throw out there, I know that we had some funding that had come our way unexpectedly last year, and don't know if it's possible to earmark or for you guys to even think about replacing our delivery vehicle over there with something like, Ford has these little delivery type vehicles. I printed this off of CarMax, and it was some other kind of hatchback thing, and this is the little cargo van. Here are my reasons to be looking forward to this. I am not going to have another van to use as a hand-me-down for that senior center delivery vehicle. Our delivery vehicle has 213,000 miles on it, and it's an 08. So just, it's going to be needing more repairs. We don't use it very much, but just the time sitting and all those kinds of things still add up. So something to be thinking about if we have funds. That's not something that I have budgeted. It's not something that we put in for capital expenditures for the transportation department, but not for aging. So something that would last us another, potentially 9 to 10 years.
What about this Dodge Dart out here? I know they're probably getting pretty close to thinking about something different.
I just am afraid it's going to be too small, because we have anywhere, okay, so catering containers, okay, so think they're like this big. We could have daily 5 to 6 of those guys that stack in the back, plus they do our dishes, so we have our tub and things, and then we have another 2 to 3 containers that we take to Heritage Estates. We pick up Heritage's food and take it to them. We don't have to take it back, but we take it. What's the little red thing they have?
That's a Jeep.
That's probably more along the lines, because you need space. And sometimes they've got containers. We've got boxes of styrofoam containers, or
but that's how many more years they have on that. I mean, they have it.
I have no idea about the vehicles out here.
Okay.
But that would
you
be,
may be able to pull that up. Not today. You don't have to. I'm just saying.
It's a Jeep.
Yeah.
I've never been in the red one, so I have no idea how many miles it has or what year it is or anything. But that would be another thought if we're getting ready to rotate one of those out, because it seems like the red one. Okay.
That Dodge Dart that they use.
There's a little white one that's
the
just
conferences and stuff.
Is it out there?
Yeah, it's that little white one next to it. And that, so I thought about that, or
It's pretty small.
there's constantly like sheriff's office when they cycle through stuff. It wouldn't be top of the line for you, but no more than you use it.
As long as it's, like I said, the vehicle. So okay, our little white van out for transportation.
Yeah.
That is our if we are absolutely desperate, KDOT let us say, or keep that because we were absolutely desperate. It's got 280,000 miles on
Yeah.
it. My delivery vehicle, so it's got 215,000 miles.
This is
on it.
not the capital equipment plan?
No, it's not.
No,
this is-
not through aging, no.
See, to me, the miles aren't as big of a deal. If it's still running good, miles
Yeah.
aren't a problem to me. I mean, we've got high mileage stuff at our house, but
Yeah,
so as long as it's been maintained and taken care of, they could last for no more than you guys driving.
it could. Again, my thought is I don't have budgets. I don't have it worked into my budget
Yeah.
if there was a major repair. If there was anything over $500,
It's
that
done.
bursts my budget right there. So, I mean, we have gas and oil changes, and really we do oil changes according to time instead of miles because you just don't get the miles on it, but it's still sitting,
Right.
it's stop and go. So I think that if we find out what that Jeep is, so anyway, I just wanted you guys to be kind of like
Well, and that'd be
aware of that and thinking
like
about
for
that.
next
I don't
budget
mind.
cycle.
I don't mind somebody else's hand-me-down. Transportation's not going to have a valid hand-me-down
Okay.
use.
So I think as we get towards budget time this coming summer, that's the time to start thinking ahead. So
Yeah.
help us remember that when we
Yeah.
get there, that, hey, this is what I want to do.
Well, and I don't. So Shonda, you can probably find out about that vehicle, and I don't know.
How many more years?
Yeah, I
have
don't know
left
what
on
you
that?
guys consider that cycling in and out, and it's probably on that spreadsheet.
It was set
that
up
Melinda-
before, when they bought all that, they've got it set up. They know how many years they've got left on that.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
but for no more miles, I know, personally, I don't want to spend, and this is my opinion, $25,000 for something. If we have a used vehicle that can be
Sure,
repurposed
sure.
for what your needs are, I'd rather do that.
Yep. I just need people aware that I'm going to need
Something. It's coming.
a little
That
something.
Jeep was about,
I couldn't remember if it was that or the dark. One way or another, one of them was about.
I have to find that spreadsheet that Melinda made for all of our vehicles. It's got to be on
Because I
there.
didn't know anything about the dark.
The Dart's older than the Jeep.
Yeah. So that's what.
Well, but the appraisers uses that Jeep. That's what
That's what
they
they
use.
use when they go out.
Yeah.
So they're usually in it. I've used the Dart once or twice to go to a meeting. It's pretty small,
Yeah.
so kind of feel like Fred Flintstone when you're pedaling it too. And you're used to it already, it's like you get in there, like, oh, please Lord, keep me safe. Okay, so that was that's all I had. Do you have questions,
Darren, you good?
Darren?
Nope, I'm good. Okay.
Okay,
Good.
So I can look at the deal up.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, fellas.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.
You got a call from area code 701.
Not good.
Your warranty is probably going to expire, so I'd expect you to keep up on that a little bit better. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you guys?
We're good. Oh, you're not finished yet, we're in. And I have updated your Facebook. So, if you give me hits on that, that's.
No wonder what all those emails.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, there's been cases of influenza A and strep in the county. COVID numbers right now, as of this morning, active cases 101. I took 66, that's taken 66, moving 66 to recovered. We have had a confirmed case of Omicron. Cahill, the state lab, is just randomly picking PCR tests.
Right.
And this individual had traveled outside of Kansas before they had gotten sick.
No, I'm sure it's everywhere.
It's
Everything
everywhere.
we read, that's the virus.
It's,
but-
and as fast as it's multiplying and
Yeah.
as many cases we're getting. Quarter 2 aid to local grant reports have been submitted to the state. It's like our family planning, all the COVID ones. I have a part-time RN and full-time attendant care worker starting January 24th. So all of our advertised positions are filled, which is awesome.
Cool. No, I thought they already started.
No, the last two will start next Monday. The Wiccan family planning training for tomorrow, we're not going to attend it in person. Some of the health departments have COVID, which I'm very thankful for. So we're going to try and do it via Zoom tomorrow. So we'll have our office closed from 9 to 2 tomorrow, so all the staff can attend that. The health department has flu vaccine available for those individuals who still would like to receive one. And then I don't know, I sent these late to Shonda, so I don't know if they went out or not to the commissioners, the in-ordinance vending. I sent them, I think, Friday. It was after the fact.
She sent these on the 13th.
Yes, okay.
Okay. I mean, I can wait. Once it was for a Surface.
No,
Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's for a Surface Pro. I want to use the ELC expanding infrastructure to cover it 100% for our new nurse that's coming. It's $2,677.80.
Josh helping you with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's his bid. Let me.
That doesn't cost us a dime, does it?
No, I'm gonna use that grant money for that.
Darren, you okay with that?
Yep.
Yep.
And then I have a travel request, just for the coalition, and I'll ride with Virginia if we have it in person.
I need a motion for $2,677.80 for that Surface Pro for the health department. So moved. All in favor? Aye. You okay with the stream?
Yep. Said aye.
Okay, sounded like a cough.
It
but
sounded
that's
like
fine.
a cough to me too.
It was an aye.
Okay.
Okay.
You got to have a motion on
Well, in ordinance spending we do, for that per dollar amount. There's that one.
Thank you.
Yep, and this is what again?
It's for the monthly coalition meeting, and I just ride with Virginia to that.
Works for me, you
that.
guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You okay with that, Darren?
Yep.
That's all I have.
Well, that's pretty easy.
Any questions?
Hey, I have a question for you. So, do you track folks that are getting the booster? Do you track this? What are you smiling at?
Nothing.
So you know how many have gotten the full round of the 2 vaccines. How is that comparing to how many are coming to get the booster?
And we have quite a few coming to get the booster now.
So of the people that got the 2,
Yeah, we haven't I can't give you
Oh,
a
okay.
percentage. I mean, that's something we can work on.
Well, I just,
in the
maybe that's not
future,
something you
and-
keep track of. Don't stop what you're doing.
Yeah,
to
I
do
was
that.
gonna say, I have not
Right.
since then.
Well, then don't stop what you're
Okay.
doing to do that. You've got
Okay.
other things you're busy with, but
Yeah.
I just was curious how that was lining up
Yeah.
if people were coming in to do that.
There's several that, I mean, quite a few that have, but some people have not, so.
Okay. Not a big deal.
Okay.
If you just sit at home someday thinking about it, then
Okay.
do it. Otherwise, don't
Oh,
stop
yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I did want to give you guys just the newest update, and I'll email this out, Darren, too, but there's a paper copy.
I told him that I heard CDC was gonna extend that, quarantine for like 20 days. It was coming out within a half hour today, so he's gonna be.
Oh, yeah, I think it came out.
Did it? Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it did.
ha, ha, ha.
Put that on Facebook. He's not
Sorry,
laughing
Gary,
about it.
I know. Well, close contacts, some do still have 20 days.
You do? Well, depending on how. bad it
Depending
is.
on if you're able to separate, yeah, how it fits into your case, but I just wanted to give you that, and I'll email that out today with numbers
Okay.
this morning sometime.
Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. You're gonna go have some fun. So.
Yeah, get to see my
Good
dad.
stuff.
Are they sticking around
Yes,
for a few
we
days
do.
then? They're gonna turn and go back.
They'll go back tomorrow morning sometime because Dad can't miss seeing Mom at the cemetery. He hasn't missed a day since she's
That's pretty sweet.
been in the ground, so.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What I got?
So, thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Have a good
See
day.
ya. Bye.
Oh.
I think we're the same one, though.
Yeah. You get these flavors. I like flavor on
Cinnamon, you want one?
No, I just,
We'll try
I
one.
never find them but the blueberry.
I don't know, she gets some Sam's, I think.
Oh.
Try one if you have never had one, try one. Huh?
No, I'm not gonna eat your food.
You can have one of them and they're gonna, the kids don't like it.
Oh,
My
right.
kids like, and which is weird because those blueberries have chunks in it, but my kids, they won't eat these. She gets them in these big boxes and I throw them in the, but I don't take it.
Oh,
Some days that's my whole lunch.
actually, I like them better than blueberry.
I do too. But like I said, some days I don't eat lunch, I'll just eat big packages of that. Who's that, Shelby? We can run Sean pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You wanna do that?
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Stuff like that.
Darren, Shonda's coming up, we're gonna work on her a little bit.
That'd be great. Perfect.
The quicker you can put that phone down off your ear, the better.
Good. Ain't no big deal.
So, I got this right of entry agreement emailed to me. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something about, some monitor wells in
Yeah.
Harper. Do you know about that? And
So
they're-
when Ron's tire, whatever was there must have been a tank leak or something. And so they're monitoring that soil. But my question to you is, what if we said no?
They're over here. They're not-
Well, they must test that whole pool to see how far it's
But
going.
this is on our property.
Yeah, but they test that whole area, because there's some others up in Harper too, they're up close to the fairgrounds. They have monitoring wells up there because there must have been an old filling station somewhere.
Yeah. right
And they
there
have
on the-
monitoring wells around there somewhere too,
Yeah.
within a radius of that.
You know where that old wall building's at?
It'd be straight across, well, the
You
top
know
of
where
the house.
where the beef wash rack's at?
Yeah,
Straight west of there at the corner.
okay, so I knew that they were monitoring something up there, so it's the same here, but my question is, what if we said no? I mean, I don't wanna be that way, I'm not
Well,
that way, but KDHE.
I guess my question is, this is on our property anyways. I mean, it might have something to do with that station, but that's on our property. So,
But they test to see how far that leak is spread.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in Harper, it's pretty important, because that water up there, we're all drinking it in Harper anyway.
yep.
So I kinda want them to keep tabs of that, so if we've got high levels of whatever showing up. But I'm just saying, what if we told KDHE no?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
I guess my question to you is, why would we do that? I don't know.
I think we need to make sure the water is protected.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I guess my point is, I'm tired of KDHE.
Well, they are, overbearing at times,
But no, I think we need to allow them in there, just to protect the drinking water of the whole county. So we probably need a motion for that, don't we, Shonda?
Yes.
but I'm good. Yeah, I'll make the motion.
This is allowed to put the wells in?
Yeah, right there. Have you seen that map there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know where it is.
And it allows them permission to come in there and do whatever they do, take their samples or whatever. So anyway,
Okay.
Jeff,
They find something, maybe it's liable for cleaning it up.
well, good question. I think there's a fund in place from the KDHE that allows for the cleanup. You know, so far they've cleaned up those tanks and all that when, you know, the county did own that property for just a very little bit. And they did go ahead and take care of the cleanup for us. Remember, it's all that stuff.
They want to put it in there, they're just trying to protect people's drinking water, I understand that, but if
You're
they
right.
find something, who's liable for the bills?
Well, KDHE has funds set aside to take care of some of that stuff.
Yes, they
Okay, I'm all right with it then.
So, yeah, if they find it, but still, I think even if there is a question of who funds the cleanup, I think we owe it to the community to take care of our water, yeah. Anyway,
But over on this other property, they never found anything, did they?
I don't know, I haven't seen the results of that test.
What property?
Where the new car washed at.
They know that it's leaked,
Yeah, so-
they've monitored that, and they cleaned all that soil out of there.
So, I was privy to the conversation that took part about that property, and, that KDHE said they went ahead and gave the go-ahead to go ahead and do the car wash and everything else, and that if there was any kind of contamination, that they would come in and take care of it, and they would take care of whatever expenses came along with
And
it.
they have so far.
And
pretty
they
much.
have, because I had just started,
Mhm.
and I called, and knowing that they were dragging their feet, so I called Secretary Tolan, and the next day, he had a KDHE guy down here.
Really?
So, well, I'm just saying, it really is worth, calling the big.
Allowing them to come in, yeah, oh, yeah. All right, Jeff's made the motion to approve the right of entry agreement with GSI Engineering LLC. All in favor? Aye. I need to sign that back down here. Right together.
Yeah. I would just miss it. So we got confirmation that the audit is set for March 1st through the 4th. And we've gotten a list of what documentation are needed, so Linda and I are going to be going through that today, so we can get everything set back. So on the traffic study, Garrett from Road and Bridge had someone a contact, but he no longer works there, and they said it would be a while before they replaced him, so I've contacted someone else from KDOT on Friday, but they haven't called me back. So it could be a little while on getting that taken care of, but we're working on it.
I've got a couple of signs I need to get with him on, which I could.
Okay. I've contacted John about this meeting being virtual. He's checking into it. If it is not virtual, do you want me to go in person or?
Do you want to go spend the time up at Topeka? You can say no.
Well.
There you go.
Well, only because of the audit being like the first part of March. I don't know how much this is going to take of my time, so I wouldn't mind passing this time, but in the future, I would love to go.
Well, it'd be really nice if they put it online for us to be able to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Instead of having to spend money to go up there to do all that.
Right. So okay. So we'll pass this time if it is not online. But yeah, if it's just online, I don't mind spending a day watching it.
Okay.
Okay.
You can tell us no, Shonda.
I know, but you guys are like my bosses, so I was like, I can't tell you no.
Yeah, maybe so, but we're still right there. I mean, she can tell you no.
She's, yeah.
I can tell you no.
And she can. She can.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Can your husband go over and play? No.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah.
See, it's just like that. You gotta do the same thing.
Okay. Very good. So just a reminder, the meeting is going to be in Attica next week. And then on the department head meeting, I failed to send notification that you guys were attending that. Per conversation with Richard, I sent out an email saying that it was missed and that going forward, we'll do better about getting it sent out in advance. So,
very good.
I'll let you guys know.
Doing good. You're catching on to everything. It takes a while.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. So, any questions? Okay. All right.
Thank you, Shonda. See, we still had time for Shelby. We're still right on time.
Way to go, fellas.
Yeah. How are you, Shelby?
I'm well. Is the Topeka thing something that I could
Do you
stand
want
in?
to?
I love going to, I'm a political brat.
I do like Topeka. I like going up there, but
Yeah.
not this time of year.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
So, what is it?
It's the KLPG update, Kansas Legislative Policy Group update. Or they sit in, I don't know, it's not just an update, is it?
It's their winter meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want me to, I can. I like a good policy update meeting.
You're into all that, aren't you?
I am, I like
And
it.
Audrey's going up there that same day.
Oh, that's right. She talked about that in the department head.
Oh, she did, okay. Okay, well, if you want to, I can.
I don't care. If
It
you want to
wouldn't
go
be an
there.
overnight thing, because it would just be up and back.
Yeah. If you want to go, Darren, you all right with Shelby if she goes up there and comes back herself?
Oh, wait a second, it's the 25th. Yeah. I think I have something going on that day. Let me check my schedule and I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Darren, you all right if she goes up there?
So the policy that Mont meeting is gonna send Sean to?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Yep.
I'm okay with it if she wants to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love a good road trip to
You can tell
Topeka.
him.
Doesn't sound.
No.
You can't
Well,
let that
no,
man
believe
up.
me, I could tell all of you no.
Aaron, you did let it
Can we
get
shut that off for a second?
All right, you ready for the list?
Yes.
Sorry, Commissioner Struble, that.
No, I'm kidding.
She's kidding. Here, I'll put it on your pile of things that I'm gonna go over all the different things, but just kind of an update, and then we do have some community development grants to go over. So first and foremost, yesterday, instead of enjoying a lovely holiday, which I was all about, the two city administrators from Harper and Anthony invited me to go to Chanute to visit the Chanute Regional Development Authority. They have it really going on when it comes to housing, and they not only are doing low-income housing, they're doing moderate-income housing, they're doing all kinds of different things. And so we went and spent the day with Matt, who's the executive director of the Chanute Regional Development Authority. But I was actually alluding this morning to Commissioner Vornoff when I was telling him about this trip, that the way I think that they make this kind of stuff work is because it's not a government entity.
Yeah.
And
True.
and no offense, I mean, I've been a part of, of a nonprofit, and I've also been a part of government. So I just know that when you're answering to a board of directors instead of 6,000 plus citizens that you're paying, they're paying their taxes, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
So I think the way, and I think public-private partnerships are really, really great, and that's kind of how this works. It's a public supported private non-profit. So that gets to deal with housing, and they have the authority to create their own for-profit landlord agency and this and that and the other. I mean, it's pretty neat what all they're doing. However, it's just, I don't know that we'll be able to duplicate it here in Harper County. I do think that we absolutely got some great ideas, and I feel like we have a new go-to person when it comes to housing. So I think it was a great trip, and I didn't have to pay for anything. Even got a free lunch out of the deal, so hope you guys are happy. County didn't cost,
Even on your day off.
didn't cost you a dime, just my
That's the
time.
best. That is great.
So anyway, yeah, I just want to let you know that we did that, and it was, I think, very productive.
And they talk about their business incubator. Didn't you bring that up one time?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, I don't have my ducks in a row just yet, but with the lack of movement on our building over here, rather than just kind of let it go to waste, I would like to see us do something with it. If we're not going to get a tenant, I could see economic development moving over there and creating a workspace like they have over in Caldwell, and a business type incubator space. And I need to get all that on paper.
I would listen to that.
Yeah.
And maybe not just that, but if there's other buildings in the other communities that can.
Right. Well, I just think since the county already owns it and we already, have it to use, it would be, I would be much more readily available than on the 4th floor of the courthouse, which I'm not saying is a bad deal. I love my
You
space.
don't own that though.
Oh, you don't own that?
You're talking about the new buildings?
No. The
Oh,
little-
across the road.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
buildings for, but yeah.
No, the little building over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I could see us doing some really, that could be the Harper County Economic Development Office with some incubator space, some conference room
Just
space.
some space for a little office.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. So.
What was I thinking in Wichita? Don't you hear advertisements for guys that have, and this is a commercial deal, but they're selling out little office spaces or renting out office space. They own this building.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same concept, except for we would provide it to.
It's very commonplace for shared office space, especially in Wichita,
Yeah.
where the costs are super high. I have a friend, he's a financial planner, and he does very well, but he's a one-man band, and he doesn't need. But what's neat about those places is they have a common secretary or administrative assistant. So when line 7 is ringing, she knows that that's the Nutter Financial whatever. So she'll answer, blah 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 blah. And so they pay a certain amount for not only the rent, but then that administrative service. So, and of course,
I didn't know they were doing that.
yeah. But like Caldwell Workspace, which is also operated by Sumner County Economic Development, it provides meeting space. So like if you're a business person from Wichita that comes to Harper County on a regular basis and you just need a place to get Wi-Fi or just a place to sit down and kind of gather your thoughts or whatever, that's what they created that space for, and we would have something similar.
Are they pretty busy with it over there?
They are, and they also have, they charge a fee. And they actually also, like if you're a student or if you're a student who does all your work online and you need a place to write a paper or you need some study space, they also do that. And they also offer classes like visioning boards and stuff like personal development and that kind of stuff, which would be right up my alley, and I would love to do that kind of stuff.
Okay, and
So-
you're working towards that.
Yeah.
Okay. Not really.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Next,
about.
so tomorrow, a lady from Workforce that actually offices out of Wellington, she's coming over. I have not met her, and so she's coming over tomorrow, so we'll get hooked up with her. I am already going to Topeka. Oh, that's what. I'm actually already going to be in Topeka on this day. That's the thing, because that evening, I'm actually in Topeka for the CRETA legislative reception. So I might be able to swing both. I'll certainly let you know.
Well, you weren't wrong, you'd have something going on.
I knew something would trigger.
Boom. The light bulb come on.
The synapses are connecting in a very minimal way. And then, speaking of CRETA, we are actually, I thought I would take a chance and I applied to host the winter CRETA meeting in Harper County. So we got it. So we're going to be hosting November, December. It'd either be the last of November or the 1st of December. So I need to kind of figure out where and all that's going to happen.
How big of a deal is that?
Usually about 30 to 50 people.
Need a place to stay over here.
Well, I'm talking with the hotel.
Is the Anthony one even a functioning hotel?
No, it is not.
And it cannot be made that very easy?
I
They
think
can flip the switches on.
Well, there was mold.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Water issues.
And there was a lot of water damage. And I know that there's a developer right now that I'm actually working with, and he just bought, or this group just bought the old Harper Hotel, and they're trying to appeal to the wind farm people and the railroad people and some different type of workers like that. So I'm working with them on that.
Well, that would be a cool space right now.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be an option for
No, unfortunately, no, not unless you have somebody who's got a big money pit that wants me to use all their money to fix that up. I'm working with, so Carla from SC Telecom came by last week. The state is offering a broadband grant to help cover the lack of broadband in certain rural areas. And so SC Telecom has asked Harper County to partner with them.
Yep.
And I'm all about it because they're going to do all the work, and all we have to do is write a letter of commitment and support. And really, that's just that Harper County supports this and wants this. Right now, it's mostly outskirts of Harper. And Carla explained that the reason that is the case is because that's where they're having the most difficulties, and they're also hearing from the most customers.
There's more people.
There's more people.
Yeah.
But I mean, she showed me the map, and she was supposed to send it to me, but she hasn't yet. But I mean, we have a lot of coverage around Anthony. Attica even is now covered, but the east side of our county is all covered by Okla, so she's not going to infringe on that. But anyway, this is a great project, and the fact that Harper County, all we have to do is write a letter, and you guys sign it, and I'll do the letter writing, and say, yes, we're committed, we want SC Telecom to do this, and we're happy to be their partner. It's again that public-private partnership that Topeka loves.
Yeah.
So
Can they not infringe on that on the east side?
They've got good fiber optic over there, can't Oakland?
Yeah.
Are you on camera?
Well,
you don't have good fiber optic by your house?
It's better.
Well, and the
I mean, it's better.
right.
We're beaming off a Shook elevator. Any given day, it may not work. I mean, we don't have a line.
And Carla and I had a great conversation. I mean, the fact that every household in the United States doesn't have access to broadband is sad. The fact that Elon Musk and all these crazy men can go to wherever they want in space, but not every home in America has broadband is a really sad reflection.
Well, it didn't bother us until we started having to do this remote schooling
And
stuff.
that's just it. I mean,
and then it can't keep up. I've got 4 kids in the house trying to pull it at once, and it doesn't work.
But that's just it, Commissioner, is COVID, as horrible it has been, it has taught us a lot of lessons.
Well, when they're not home, we're fine. Just in the
Right.
evenings or whatever. If
But
they're all home pulling on it.
But everybody deserves to have access to
Right,
broadband. It should be.
Major problems in our world when we can't get on internet.
I know, but I mean, it really is it's really kind of opened the eyes of a lot of people. But anyway, so I'm working with Carla on that. Right now, we also have a project that the state of Kansas sent down, the Greater Wichita Partnership. Brandon Finley, who's a buddy of mine, called me, and he really wants me to pitch the industrial park, because this is a company that wants and I can't say a lot because it is confidential, but it's a company that wants to have about 25 acres. So I would need direction on how you guys, if we could give them 25, I don't want to give them, but there has to be some stake in the
Didn't you
game.
bring this up like a month or so ago?
That was another thing.
Okay.
This is This is another project that literally just came down last week. So they need 25 acres. How, I don't know, since right now you get 5 acres for $1 in the industrial park. I don't know if you want to charge them, you know, $25, how you want to do that. But it has the potential of significant jobs, and it's a pretty neat idea. Are we guaranteed? No, this is a nationwide search, but Brandon from the Greater Wichita Partnership thinks because the Midwest is centrally located and for various other aesthetic reasons, close to a highway, close to a major airport, but not so close that we're in the congestion of a major city. We don't have the restrictions that like the New Yorks and the Californias have, and this and that and the other. And Kansas just is a really business-friendly state. I mean, with Secretary Tolan being an economic development guy, the state is more than willing, and they're doing their part to pitch as many sites as they can too. So anyway, I just want to let you know I'm
No, that'd be good.
Harper,
and that farm has a lot of acres that we can figure out.
well, that's just it. I mean, that is a gold mine as far as I'm concerned. I've got another group that's interested. They want to do like an organic garlic farm. I'm like, awesome, bring it on. You know, so.
But with employees needs, housing needs and all that.
And that's
stuff.
just
There's
it.
a lot of things that come along with
That's
that.
what we talked about. Harper County Strong, another group that I'm involved with, is working on like a county-wide wellness effort, and I'm helping with the kickoff in February. Harper County Leadership met in Attica this past week. It was great. I love Attica. You know, their new coffee shop is up and running. If you haven't been there, it's super awesome. It's called Sooner or Later. I would just encourage a road trip over there just for the coffee shop. It's super.
My brother brags about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I haven't been up there.
Yeah. Well, and while we were at the
We're
school.
gonna be catty corner from there next week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Take a
So,
recess, need it.
yeah, we all should. It's so cool. While we were at the school doing a tour with our leadership group, it was so neat because while we were in Bobby's classroom, the Attica students were replacing the windows.
Isn't that neat?
I just think that's
Look
really
what
neat.
they've done that.
I know.
A little bit of pride and
Yeah,
little
and
seeds have been planted.
And I finally got a fire under him and Brett, and I got the receipt for the work that was done to the wall, so we'll get that taken care of.
But you know, you remember what that building looked like?
Oh, it was awful.
Holes you
Yeah,
could see daylight
it was
through,
sad. There
and
were critters and things.
Yeah.
So
It's amazing.
that's really, really cool. And then, this next month, our Harper County Leadership is going to Topeka. Once again, road trip. So if anybody wants to go, we are going on Monday. Well, it's a Monday, so you guys can't go. Never mind. It's
Well, I
the-
have all this candy over here, but you can't eat it.
Yeah, it's the 7th. We're going on the 7th, so you can't go.
They changed our day. Maybe you can say it again.
I know, you guys have gotten very good at changing your meeting
We're
dates.
flexible, so I haven't yet.
I'm not a fan of changing things. You guys,
You fear change?
no, I don't fear change. I fear when you interrupt my leadership program last Wednesday and you take Amy away for a whole half a day.
Hey, are you talking to Darren? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So.
Okay, as long as we point that out. I think it's out of Darren's control at this point.
There was some dilemmas last week.
I know, Commissioner. I was flexible too, sort of. So speaking of leadership, Carl, you guys are familiar with Carl, the Kansas Ag Rural Leadership Program that's run by K-State. Jill Zimmerman, who's a South Haven native friend of mine, she's actually the director of Carl. They were in Harper County. They went to the Cotton Gin, and then they were at Harper Industries. I got to take part in their meetings and whatnot. I did Harper County leadership all day, and then in the afternoon and evening, I went and did the Carl stuff. It was I had a full day of leadership. It was awesome. And then I'm working on some CID applications. I've got to get our group together. And Anthony Chamber meeting. I'm going to that on the 24th. Good times. Commissioner Struble, I have something for you that I thought would be of interest to you. I get this email called Only in Kansas, and it just happened to have 16 photos of Kansas in the 1950s, And two of them, one was the Bluff City, Kansas girls basketball team in 1951-52, and the other one was Bluff City High School in 1953, a picture of their football team. So.
And Darren is number 26 there?
They had some exceptionally good teams back in the day, I will tell you.
Well, Vaughn and I drove through there last night, just that's a whole different story.
Did you go to the speed limit down there?
I did, I always do.
Back in the day, Bluff City High School was very competitive.
I've heard that.
Oh, yeah.
I used to listen to the old timers, and they said they
But
were.
Spring had some pretty good basketball teams there.
So I will leave that in your packet of things to do.
Are those things you're involved with, or I didn't know, I asked Sean to present those, and typically in the past.
Oh, yes,
Maybe.
so, yes, the RAWs, we definitely need to re-up this, so what it is, now this part, this is, the AVRP, the ad valorem rebate.
Right, and we've done them in the past, I just didn't know, I told Sean I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, so I thought maybe you wanted to talk about it.
To be honest, I don't want to really get involved in the financial part of it. I'd rather but Michelle did come and talk to me about how we're going to handle kind of the paperwork part of the AVRP, and how we want to do that. So, because we have not only, we have an industrial one, we also have a housing one.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the two incentive programs other than our community development grant that we still have. And the ad valorem is still the only housing thing we have right now, because we didn't renew the other thing, I think what that does is it gives us an opportunity to look and see what's being done and maybe come up with something better. So, but this, yes, we definitely have to renew the RAWs. But I can bring that to you next Monday.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be done.
I don't know that it has to be done sometime this month, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, whatever you want, I mean, we can do it right now.
Or you can just do it right now, because what it does is it doesn't commit you, but it allows the cities within Harper County to commit to it.
So at one point I thought Dewey maybe was taking advantage of the Harper Industries was taking advantage of that, and they were allowing, or they were paying back, or if they got employees, they were.
So.
But Harper County, at the time, when we decided we weren't going to be part of that anymore, we were making major cutbacks.
Well, and I know that Anthony and Harper both have committed monies to the RAWs, the Rural Opportunity Zone.
Darren, do you want time to look at that next week when you get here, or can we go ahead with it today?
I'd probably like to look at it just a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it'll make a difference on a week.
Can you email that to me?
Yeah, I'll email you guys and let you know what the details
Are you
are.
taking that with you then?
Oh, I can, sure. Yep.
Or you can leave it in this folder if you want.
Nope, I got it. That way I'll be reminded. Okay, 2 community development applications. One from Harper RV. Did you hear that, Commissioner?
Yep.
From Harper RV, basically what they're doing is they're constructing a new building on their property. They're kind of sandwich it in there on the backside. I had a good visit with them. Mike's been wanting to expand to be able to do more work on RVs and also like maybe an RV wash and that kind of stuff, so that they have more room to do some of that. As most of you probably realize, RVing has become quite a thing with the onset of COVID, and so they need more space to repair, maintenance, and wash RVs. So.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah. So, and they're obviously going to spend the max, so they would qualify for the $40,000 max grant.
And where does that put you at money-wise then?
I think there's still about 200 in that.
Let's say 200-ish. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that's what
Yeah.
it was. But
Yeah.
that's after they get granted, or if we grant them?
I don't think it's, no.
That's right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with that being said, here's a second application for Chisholm Equipment to help build their building on the industrial park site, which will well exceed the maximum investment. And so these are two that, and that's something, Shonda, I need to get with you and see just exactly, or maybe Kelsey, I don't know which one, who would have the balance on the, hey sister, the balance on the community development grant monies. Okay.
Is it possible, I'm sure Darren's gonna wanna look at these, can you email these to him?
Yes, yeah. And as
Darren,
long,
I'm guessing you'd like to take a look at
Yeah,
these.
that's what I'm saying. And
Okay.
don't they have to, I mean, will they have to spend so much money here pretty quick?
yes, so in order to get, this is, all of our programs are reimbursement, and so in this situation, they have to spend a minimum of 160,000 before they qualify for the 40,000 reimbursement. So it's basically if they spend between 5 and 159,999, they get 25% matching funds. But if they spend more than 160,000 of the cost of the projects, they get a flat 40 matching. So we have to see receipts and all that before this money would be allocated. But we did just have a successful candidate, Ag Agriculture, completed their buildings and sent in all their receipts, and so we're getting ready to send them a check. So
Have you been up by there?
I have not.
I haven't either, I need to go.
I need to too, but anyway, so it's a good thing, and a lot of entities, and that is plum thicket money, so.
It's set aside for.
So it is, it's
development.
set aside for economic development, so these are two entities that obviously are very viable businesses, or going to be, even more so in our county, so.
Are you okay if we table this till next week to give Darren a chance to look at
Yeah,
it?
that's fine, absolutely.
All right.
And
That work for you, Darren?
Yep. Look at it. And can you come up with what you got money available?
Yes, sir, yes, I will.
Because I don't want to do that.
Okay. We'll
Yep.
table that till next week then.
All right, that is it, fellas, that was a lot of stuff.
There's good stuff though,
I
Chuck.
know, I'm taking the rest of the day.
Are you?
Just kidding.
Hey, you went yesterday and spent the day off. Not off, but
No.
working while everybody else is off.
Oh, believe me, I'll be collecting that. I'll be collecting my time back.
How can somebody not be in the same room with you and just start giggling? You don't even have to say anything,
Did
Chuck.
you? Well, you have to.
Why are you turning red in the face?
No, because I'm laughing. So last night, this is the kind of parent I am. So, Vaughn, okay, I'm taking a moment of personal thing here, but anyway, so we're coming back from Caldwell. Long story. Anyway, we had to go pick up Vaughn in Caldwell. So we come back, we go to dinner at the Idle Hour. Well, they had some Thieves hand sanitizer, which is like, what is it? It's something living, it's an essential oil kind of thing. Anyway, I love Thieves. It's a cleaner, it just
You know what
smells
it
great.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Young Living essential oils. Anyway, so I'm like, oh look, I love this hand sanitizer. So I'm like using it, and I'm like doing this, and Vaughn looks at me and goes, "You are so Buddy the Elf."
Did you pour syrup out of your sleeve or something?
I'm like, well, what we're talking about? Anyway.
That's one of the food groups.
But yeah, what's that? Things I'm Buddy the Elf. I'll go with that.
Are you gonna be upstairs?
Yeah.
I'll come up to you.
I've got to go meet Britt Headland at 11 because I think we're gonna talk about doing, instead of just the high school career fair, we're gonna do a community-wide or county-wide career fair.
Yay.
I know.
Maybe.
So, yay.
I'll talk with you. Probably
Okay.
be later.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, Sean. See you.
All right.
Amy, how are you?
No, mine is right here.
No executive session.
I have, look at this little bitty,
Oh.
I got hardly nothing for out today. I don't have any status forms or vacancy notices. Just an FYI, we do have 3 people using the advanced PTO this pay period, COVID. And then we do have someone using the donated bank. So just an FYI. I am going to send out a reminder today to the staff reminding them that we do have that donated lead bank. I think this probably will exhaust it.
But they have to donate into that.
Yeah, they have to
use
donate
that.
in, yeah, so, but just FYI, it's being utilized. Another thing that I have is our updated telecommuting policy. No, we got rid of that,
So they don't have to donate to use that?
no.
Well, that seems fair, doesn't it?
Well, some people though don't have the opportunity to donate. But anyway, we do have people using it, and they are for, obviously valid reasons. It's not easy to get into that donated bank. So it's being used for what it's doing, which is good. This is the updated telecommuting policy and process. I did have Josh review it as well to see if there's anything he thought we needed to change. I emailed it to you this morning, Darren, so you've got it there too.
Yep.
And I'm sorry for the late email. I wanted to make sure Josh had time to look at it before I sent it out in case he did have
Oh,
anything.
this is different than the one that you sent the other day?
This is the one I just sent this morning.
Okay, but it's,
Did I send it the other day?
yeah, I saw one the other day.
Maybe
right
it's
on
the same thing if it is.
Okay, where did I see that at? Was that on the
Yeah.
notes that Sean sent out?
More on top of things than I thought it was.
No, I didn't see
Where did I see it?
It's the one I must have sent last week.
Well, I haven't opened the one this morning yet, but you sent one last week too, I think.
Yeah, I sent you an email.
It said,
but-
gentlemen, I don't have much. So
Yeah,
there it was, yeah.
yeah.
That's the same one as that day?
It is the same
Okay,
one.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I think that's,
Okay. So changes, and there aren't a ton of them, but
yeah, no, if that's the same one, I looked over that and I think that's fine.
it is the same one. We added an end date on the utilization time.
Yep.
And, Josh and I have talked about that, and he can turn that the VPN off on that date, unless we've had an extension
And the
request.
VPN as well.
That's how you can virtually log into the network.
Okay.
I mean, some of the stuff you can get onto just by being on the website, but getting into the files and
Okay.
network requires that VPN. And also, we're short on laptops, so it will be helpful to have them, they have to be checked back in on or
Okay.
before that date, unless an extension has been requested. So that will help him out too.
Aaron, have you had a chance to look at it?
I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
It looks all right.
Yeah.
They addressed all the issues. Okay.
So we need a motion to approve the changes to the telecommuting policy and process.
And I've got the date on there for the 24th, but I'll change it to the 17th or the 18th.
Oh, you were wanting us to take it, but we have.
It's fine, I just wanted to give you
I wanted
time.
to get it in
No,
place.
no, it's fine.
Okay, Jeff made that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
You need a copy of paper copy.
Honestly, that is all I have this week.
Weird.
Unless you'll have anything for me.
I do have a question. Somebody brought up something about, and this is no longer an employee, so I can't go into executive session to discuss it, but the person getting holiday pay for, and I think you probably already know about that, person that got holiday pay that worked for just a few days right before the holiday.
But they didn't work after the holiday?
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
did they work after?
I don't know who it is.
Okay, I don't know either, and it's apparently that person that must have resigned already. It was here for just not even a week or two.
A couple days.
Yeah. And they
She
must be-
shouldn't have gotten holiday.
Okay, that's all I was checking to make sure they weren't getting holiday pay.
They shouldn't get it. I did see one, and I don't look at those timesheets. The clerk's office looks at those. But I know right now there's some, that holiday was weird because it was at the end of a pay period. So when we were processing the payroll,
Which one?
it would have been New Year's. Is what, or
Something
Christmas.
over the holidays, and that's all I was
I
asking
don't
to
know.
make sure that.
I can look into it and see what happened. I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
If it was just a real short time.
Okay, and since it's not a current employee, there's no executive session needed for that, but I'm bringing that up to make sure that person did or did not, and if they did get holiday pay, I think we need to be careful of that in the future.
Yeah.
That's not.
The timesheets are reviewed every pay period.
Right,
so-
right.
I don't know how they live.
Hmm.
I don't know how they got holiday.
We have to remove it. It
Sometimes
automatically
it
generates.
doesn't even generate.
Well, if
it's
the 2 days, if it's a 2-day one in a row, it
Yeah.
won't generate it. But if it's a 1 day, it automatically generates it, and so you have to go and manually remove it.
Remove that one.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I would also like, can we just get a quick little 5-minute executive session?
Sure.
Just with Amy present, and the board. So I will make that motion to go into executive session. The subject to be discussed will be personnel matters. The justification for closing the meeting is to discuss personnel matters and non-elected personnel. The meeting will resume in this room at 10:51. All in favor? Aye.
I did want to say.
No action taken.
No action, okay. I did want to say something about that department, the holiday, because remember we went back a long time ago and talked about how we're checking to make sure they have their hours and that they're not using a weird amount of PTO. That we're like the third person because you've got the department, the employee, the department head, and then it's us. So that might be something we need to bring up at the department head meeting, is that they need to be more, or let us know. We can remove it if they are having difficulties.
Yeah. Well, and this one seemed like a strange one too, with the way the holidays fell. So I'll go back and look at that though and see if.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm finished.
Okay.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Amy. Appreciate it.
Is there any more on the?
Well, I went back and looked at this after I signed it. The 11/23 hasn't been fixed yet. The time, it says 11/23 with no colon in it.
11/23. Oh, no. Okay, well, you approved it, so then I can go ahead and just print it with that.
Okay, I approved it with corrections, but
I had it written down, so then I missed my.
and the part that I asked for be changed. Yeah, no, I'd like to have a motion to rescind the approval of January 3rd meeting, if I could entertain that from you guys.
So move.
All in favor? The other part says Commissioner Struble motion to approve pay raises for increase 3%. I would like to see officials 3% for cost of living.
For cost. Okay.
Got it. I think I said that. Did he hang out?
No, it's a call coming in. Okay, I will fix it myself.
And this other part of that where I also asked for it to say living to exclude commissioners, that hasn't been changed either.
To exclude, okay.
And rescind hasn't been corrected either.
Okay.
So
Okay,
these didn't get
fixed.
corrected. Let me look at these right there. I don't know if we have any corrections on the 12th.
You only have the one.
Yeah, okay, that one has been fixed.
Yeah.
And removed. Okay, so I would like to have a motion to rescind the approval of the January 12th minutes as well, guys, so we can get those corrected. The corrections I asked for weren't changed on that either, or at least one of them wasn't. So I'd like to ask for, if not, you guys go on with it if you want, but I'm just gonna ask for a motion to rescind January 12th minutes as well. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the Jan Harding, I think it needs to be option to remove $50 instead of reserve. I asked for that too, and it didn't get changed, so. Okay, I'm finished. If we can get those for next week, please. Anything else?
Oh, no. This might be a record.
Are you finished, Shonda?
I am.
Darren, are you good?
Yep, I'm good. We'll see you guys probably next Monday.
Get to feeling better.
Can I hang you up?
You're all right.
Can I hang you up?
You can hang me up. We'll see you Monday.
All right, get feeling better, bud. See you. All right.
Bye.
Love you. Oh, I already hung up.
Did you hang up where you said that? My kids. One of them has a friend, and every time I want to get to play online games, I'll go in there and tell them it's time to hang up or whatever. You know? I'll tell them I love you. Well, the first time I said it, they're looking at me like, "Oh, Dad, what?" And now they just expect me to say, "Love you. See you later, Henson."
My kids are, well, Ray's almost 20. The oldest 36. They all still say, love you, Dad.
Oh.
That's awesome. We make ours do it before they walk out the door.
But the funny thing about I love you is, here about 2 years ago, me and Tyler Gary were texting each other. Well, I didn't realize he